Hello everybody and welcome to today's tune-up. Today we're going to be talking about the bow arm and how to get it moving freely and how to warm up with the bow. So first of all, let's talk a little bit about what our arm is and what it isn't. So a lot of people think about the arm as starting here at what we know as the shoulder. That's not true. The arm actually, the only place the arm bones are connected to your central skeleton is right up here. So this is the clavicle. So, and the shoulder blade is actually part of the arm. The shoulder blade is kind of back there. So that's important to know. I recommend a book by Barbara Conable called What Every Musician Should Know About the Body. And that's a great read. It's easy to understand. It's got some good diagrams. So I think if we're playing a musical instrument or doing pretty much anything, it's great to know which bone is connected to which bone, and because in our minds we form a map and we move according to that map and what we think our body looks like. So it's important to have the right map. So that said, how do we warm up the right arm and just get it moving? So Paul Rolland, who I think was the most insightful pedagogue for the violin of any of them, he broke it down into two essential motions that he called rock and roll. So let's look at those. So the roll is basically the entire arm, not including the top bit that I was just talking about. So we're basically moving from here. We're just rotating about that shoulder joint. Whole arm moving up and down. That's what he called the roll. And as we're crossing strings, that's basically what we're using, certainly for the big string crossings, going from the E string to the G string and back. So just getting that moving freely. And then the other essential motion is the rock. And the rock is this. If you can imagine that you've got a salt shaker and you're shaking some salt, or maybe you're knocking on the door. Anyway, you're doing this, and if you look at this motion slowly, you'll notice that there's a point maybe around here in your arm. It might depend on how fast you're doing it. There's a point that doesn't move. So it's actually, you're pivoting around that point. So the arm and the elbow are actually going in opposite directions. So that's the other essential motion. And you can practice these if you just go into playing position, get your pinky sticking up, and then just hook the tip of the bow over your pinky. Then you can do the roll like this, and you can do the rock like this. And you can kind of combine them. What I like to do, which I find very freeing, is the roll with what we call sequential motion. So sequential motion is, if I do it slowly, the upper arm starts moving before the lower arm is finished. So the upper arm is coming down as the lower arm is still going up. And that's a great thing to get that shoulder joint free. And you do this a few times, just do some pure rocks, some pure rolls, and a combination with the sequential motion. That will get your right arm ready to play. I'll leave you with one other warm-up exercise, which is just playing on all four strings near the frog. And so on. You can add a chord if you want. What you're doing there is a little bit of that sequential motion, and I'm just crossing the strings, and then I go on to the A string. That's the opposite sense of crossing. And notice as I'm doing this, I'm actually helping support the violin with my left hand, just holding it kind of in the middle position, and that keeps my head nice and free. So anyway, there are some ideas for you, warming up the right arm, rocking and rolling. Thank you for watching.